Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyananda, Jnana Paddhati manual. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukhanam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagwan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagwan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. Is Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation, not just creation getting created, even sustenance need to be created, destruction need to be created, and pulling out of delusion need to be created, liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti as is 5 phase, Agora Murti has is 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti has is 5 phase, Satyojata Murti has is 5 phase, Ishana Murti has is 5 phase. All these 5 murtis, five faces put together is 25 faces of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a supreme pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, Sovereign Order of Kailasha, led by His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and Nithyananda Order of Monks, Nuns, Hindu diasporas, are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time-capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva gana. All the Shiva ganas formed the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. As Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada. The science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, Manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. When you choose your Guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness, Nithyananda Paramashivam, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars, and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees, and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati for the power of materialization. Here, let's go to the powerful cognition from Bhagavad Gita Decoded. Listen any moment of the body which with a strong intention will cause that intention to get deeply inscribed into your body and muscles. If the initiation is wanting to become one with our true identity, wanting to drop our false identity, it will get deeply inscribed or recorded in our body and will remain there, and automatically the body will start moving towards the one goal. If we move our body with the thought of bliss, the bliss emotion gets ingrained in our system. If it is anger that moves our body, the anger emotion gets ingrained. This is such an important and beautiful truth. Don't miss it. Understand the basic quality of life is reproduction and expansion. Therefore, it is possible for us to replicate happiness, joy, and bliss as well. It is up to our choice, us to choose what type of emotion we want to allow in our body, what emotion we want to ingrain in our system. All that we need to do is to intend to be joyful, and joyful calls keeps reproducing. This process cannot stop. We will be full of joy. Beautifully, he says, the basic quality of life is reproduction and expansion. Therefore, it is possible for us to replicate happiness, joy, and bliss as well. It is up to our choice what kind of emotion we want to allow in our body, what kind of emotion you want to ingrain in our system. All that we need to do is to intend to be joyful, and joyful will call reproducing. This process cannot stop. We will be in full of joy. Bhagavan beautifully narrates the whole space, how we can be in expansive space and continuously in bliss. And let's go to the Shastra Pramana.
Harika, Section 3 of Vibhuti Spanda, Sutra 3.4 and 3.5. यथा हि अर्थो स्फुतो दृष्ट सावधानेऽपि चेतसि भूयः स्फुटतरो भाति स्वबलोद्योगभावितः तथा यत्परमार्थेन येन यत्र यथा स्थितं तत्तथा बलमाक्रम्य न चिरात् सम्प्रवर्तते.
Here he in Spanda section 3, Vibhuti Spanda, Sutra 3.4, 3.5. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, indeed, as an object which, in spite of all the attentiveness of the mind, is perceived and seen indistinctly at first, then appears to manifest more distinctly and clearly when observed with the strength of one's visual power. So powerful that Bhagavan gives how whatever we really intensely experience goes and sits in our body. If it is anger, then our body muscle memory remembers the anger. If body is full of bliss, then every cell in the body gets become that bliss. More and more what we experience, if it is fear, then more and more body experience fear. If more and more joy, we experience more and more joy. Whatever it keeps increasing as the mind decides to do. If we decide to unclutch and be in the space of divine, that I am Paramashiva, again and again, not anything other than Paramashiva, I'm going to compromise. And simply the joy and bliss will be in our body, in our system. Every cells will be turning into Paramashiva. Such a powerful cognition Bhagavan gives, and such a great breakthrough that more and more we feel joyful, intent to be in joy, that I am Paramashiva, again and again declaring, simply that will become our muscle body memory also. Such a cognition Bhagavan is giving. The beautiful space that Vibhuti, the sacred hash, is used continuously on the body to remind ourselves again and again there is nothing other than our body becoming ash one day. The whole science is taught in the sacred hash. So whenever we apply the ash or wear the Rudraksh mala or we have the Kantamala, all this remind us again and again, the Sundaravadam, remind us that, hey, I am Paramashiva. I am not the idea that is carried on this world, but I am Paramashiva who is completely in joy and bliss, completely in oneness with Paramashiva where I receive. Going on holding that space and reminding by all the ornament that Bhagavan gives to wear, simply we will remember that we are Paramashiva. If anger comes, no, I am Paramashiva, I am not anger. And they'll just all the other things and going on holding the space of Paramashiva in us simply will manifest Paramashiva itself, and extreme joy and bliss will start radiating the power of materialization. And simply we can manifest the powers. Now, with this such a powerful cognition, let's get into the Apta Pramana of Adi Shankara. Adi Shankara, Padmapada was one of amongst the four principal disciples of Adi Shankara. One day when Sanatana was on the other side of the river Ganga washing clothes, suddenly Shankara called out, Sanatana. No sooner had he heard his name being called out by his guru, Sanatana, who was on the other side of the river, just started walking towards the master. The moment he put the step onto the water, a full blown lotus sprang up to support his foot. When he put his next foot forward, Another lotus appeared to support his foot. Sanatana had no idea that he was walking on the water. His ecstasy to reach his guru quickly, he was almost running on the water, with every step being supported by lotus. It is only when Shankara pointed out to him, "Hey, the river is behind," that Sanatana looked back and saw that he had literally walked on the water at every step since the lotus had appeared below his foot, Padma. Adi Shankara gave him the name Padmapada, feet supported by lotus. This is in the Shankara Digvijaya, Canto 6, page 106. Such an amazing possibility when you're with a guru. Let's go to the Atma Pramana. Atma Pramanas are Leelas of Bhagavan, manifesting the powers of Paramashiva.
Beautiful. Now, the Singapore temple and Sangha will happen beautifully. And Nithyanandeshwara, Nithyanandeshwari, and Nithyananda, who are now gracing the Singapore, will bless the whole Singapore. Blessings to whole Singapore. They will cast all your space into reality and all the auspiciousness. They will bring all the auspiciousness. Now you will see. Simply they will do the completion for everyone. Anyone who does completion in the presence of those deities will become completely complete. All their prayers will be answered. The space will be made into reality. Even though today is 8th day, but Tithi is Sabdami Tithi. So the Prana Pratishta of Mahadevi, Durga, happened, means Durga has landed here to accept our respects and worship and devotion. When she lands, she really lands. And the Prana Pratishta, along with the Prana Pratishta of Durga Devi, we also had Prana Pratishta of Nithyanandeshwara, Nithyanandeshwari and Nithyananda in Singapore. The Singapore deities were consecrated, the Prana Pratishta was done, and after the Prana Pratishta I said kumkum and vibhuti will materialize, and it has already started materializing on the deities. Means the Prana Pratishta is done, the process is complete.
So, I materialize like kumkum, vibhuti, chandan and abhishekam powder, these 5 things on the deities before the alankar. So during the alankar, I told the people who did the alankaram in the temple that wipe away everything. Check all this, completely wipe the deities so that nothing is there. Take the pictures of the deities and send it to me. And one of the priests from there, he took all those photos and sent it to me. Then he told start the timer exactly within 21 minutes. I sent him the list of what all are going to get materialized, which body part is going to get materialized. And exactly 21 minutes later, I got a call from him telling that all these things have materialized in different places of the deities. So you can now see it on the screen. So you can now see on the screen the different types of things which materialized. Like the one you are seeing on the screen is Vibhuti on Dakshinamurti's feet.
We will now begin the Pratyaksha Pramana, the scientific studies measuring the effects of being in enlightenment state. Teleportation involves dismantling an object using an energy which is deeper than the mind, transporting it through the air and assembling it again. The most significant phenomena that happens during teleportation is not the size or material of the object or the distance to which it is teleported. It is this: the whole space vibrates in the same frequency in which the teleportation happens. If A is the teleporter, B is the teleported object, and C is the space where it happens, B and C need to vibrate in the same frequency as A. For example, when teleportation happens in your hand or in your presence, your very mind and body raise their frequency to receive it. The object being teleported itself does not matter much. It may be just a little vibhuti, sacred ash, or kumkum, vermilion, or it may be a diamond, or it may be sacred Rudaraksha bead, or it may be a pebble. But in the vibration of the teleportation is something extraordinary. That is the benefit for humanity. Reference from Avatar Shastra, Chapter 10, Science of Miracles, page 214. On 6th of September 2011, 3 different studies were conducted. During a 4-hour session in which His Divine Holiness Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam materialized a variety of objects through this individual, including sacred ash and precious stones. The studies were: whole body baseline CT scan of the subject. Baseline whole body CT scans proved the absence of any hidden objects in the whole body and vicinity of the subject. After the energy transfer from His Divine Holiness Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam to the subject, a repeat scan clearly shows the sudden appearance of the radio-opaque foreign body in the oral cavity without any delay or repositioning. The recording of the spiral CT after materialization revealed the presence of materialized objects, both in section and 3D format. The Science of Miracles, Avatar Shastra. On 6th of September, year 2011, location Paddhati. In one afternoon session, less than 4 hours, His Divine Holiness Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam manifested a series of more than 108 exquisite handheld artifacts through his Divya Sariri energy channel, Manitya Mahayogananda. They included a wide range of sacred objects with varying molecular structures, from onyx and crystal to rose quartz, ruby and jade, indicating a consummate command of the science of teleportation. Some items are raw stones, while others have been polished, and the most beautiful and wondrous of all are perfectly carved miniature murtis, or religious statuary. All this sprang effortlessly from the divine visualization space of His Divine Holiness Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Power, materialization. Power 5. Manifesting bhasma, kumkum, turmeric, and sandal powder on surfaces before oneself and across distances. Setting up. Before entering into the power manifestation process, please ensure to have the following with you. Number 1, a partner across a distance. Number 2, make sure your partner has a clean surface with minimal dust next to him or her. Number 3, a camera with timestamp for your partner. Number 4, Jnana for you. Number 5, ask your partner to sit still and just enjoy the experience with zero expectation. Now, please take a few moments to guide your partner to set up his or her camera. Step number 1, download timestamp app. Step number 2, click on video. Step number 3, ensure that time is shown on screen. Step number 4, make sure the camera is facing you. Please take a few minutes to set it up. Guidelines. Number 1, turn on the video recording. Number 2, ask your partner to video record the materialization. Number 3, put Jnana if you have on your third eye. If you do not have Jnana, skip this step. Number 4, sit with your head, neck and spine in a straight line and your hands in front of your heart in Anjali Mudra, prayer gesture. Number 5, give the surrounding surface, including all sacred objects around you, a good wipe. Ask partner to do the same. Number 6, gently but continuously focus your awareness on your third eye and visualize Paramashiva in the form you cherish the most. Number 7, immerse into the feeling of love and gratitude you have for him. Number 8, request Paramashiva to materialize bhasma, kumkum, turmeric, or sandal powder across a distance. Have zero expectation. Just enjoy the space of oneness with Paramashiva. Number 9, sit for 21 minutes in a space of complete unclutching, zero thought, while you are continuously chanting the Mahavakya. Number 10, when the Mahavakya ends, take a close look at your surrounding surfaces and bring them close to the camera to record the manifestation. Number 11, check with your partner you have materialized on his palms, body, or next to him or her. Let us now listen to the spiritual instructions.
Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck and back in a straight line so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shaktipada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shaktipada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and our egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hen sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence, the Shaktipada makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me, why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminder. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes this external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful, avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just a nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagwan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shape form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched, by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. We need to understand one more thing. This technique of being unclutched, it does miracles in your being. In the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump, the transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just on jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection, so they start manifesting the powers, they start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving for all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password and it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nithyananda. Nithyananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye, again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone, nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency, and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you'll be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour. Let the Varni open up. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour. Let the Varni open up. Manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour. Let the Varni open up. Manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vanni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Jnana Paramashivam. 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 Om Jnana Paramashivam.
Verification process. Please ensure to thoroughly verify the following. Number 1. Verify that the time and date stamp appear on your video. Number 2. Verify that your video has a wide-angle, horizontal view of your surrounding surface and that your partner's video captures the palms in clear full view. Number 3. Verify that you have not edited your video in any way and that the camera has not moved. Number 4. Verify that your video recording is continuous, without stopping and restarting during the manifestation process. Number 5. Verify that the bhasma, kumkum, turmeric, and sandal powder materialized in the palms of your partner across a distance and on the surface or surfaces before you on their own. Now that the verification process is complete, the next instructions will show you how to upload and share your video. Thank you so much for your participation.
We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotiyar Manifesting Power groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/power manifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the power manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity. Bhagavan says the quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra, thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the Power Manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Parameshivam Padaka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnana Paddhati, Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nithyananda.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham